Okay. So, welcome to our team call with our special guest, Kyra Carlen. We met at New Leader Conference. Lindsay, Stephanie, Morgan, and I all got to hang out with her quite a bit, and we had so much fun. And it was like every time we turned a corner, Kyra was there. So we just like hung out the whole time for the entire weekend, which was super fun. But she is lives in Illinois right now. She has a daughter. She has 2 step kiddos. Correct, 2, right? Yes. And then she just got married a little over a year ago. Go ahead. Is that what you're going to say too?
I have country internet. Yeah, I have country internet. So like, you'll have to bear with me. Like,
okay.
It's a struggle.
Okay. Sounds good. She has spoken on multiple stages about personal growth and self-love. She has her own podcast, which is called Be You Unapologetically. So check that out. She is a lifetime 1-star diamond coach and currently 5-star qualifying coach. She's an SC10 legend. And can we just give her a huge shout out for being the number 2 Team Cup team in the US and number 6 Team Cup team overall. Like, hello, amazing. So awesome. So we are so excited for you to be on this call and to tell us all things Instagram, all your tips, tricks. Your Insta is just amazing, and we cannot wait to hear from you.
Okay, I am so excited. So if you guys have not read the 5-Second Rule by Mel Robbins, that is what I'm going to open up with first and foremost. Like, I will give credit where credit is due, that like my literal business is because of personal development. Like, it's not for my physical transformation. Yeah, that's awesome. I started this journey at I always said size 16, and then we did a rummage sale this last summer, and there was like a tote of just, oh, by the way, I cuss. So that should be known right now. So little ears need headphones. But like, it was just full of shit. And I was like going through it and like trying to sort it out. And I found one pair of size 19 jeans, and I was like, those totally must have been my pregnancy pants. And then I found 3 more pairs, and I was like, holy fuck. Like, this whole time I've been marketing myself like a size 16, which is totally fine. But I'm like, I don't give myself near enough credit. And so many times I find that's everybody's biggest downfall. Like, you want to downplay, you want to make yourself small, because like, if you make yourself big, what if you don't live up to the hype that you're setting up for yourself? And I have found like that has been my business for so long. Like, you know, we all hear Rachel Hollis like talk about like women and women empowerment and like people talking down to women. And I used to think that, I'm like, that she must be stuck in the 50s. Like, no one still does that. And then I would find myself doing it to myself. I was like, oh, I just coach women online. And I'm like, no, like, you fucking change lives. Like, why are you acting like what you do isn't a big deal? And like, so through my journey, I started out a size 19. I didn't realize that. And I did the Beachbody Classic 2017. I then from there have just literally fallen in love with fitness. Like, I had no other choice during prep that I had to just like literally love fitness, because that's all you did was eat and work out. And I found myself being like, but I want to know who I am. Like, being small didn't make me happy. And I am so thankful that I did competition, because it made me realize that like, holy shit, it's my personality that I need to work on. It's not my body. I was a size 2 and still was picking myself apart. Like, I still have pictures during that time. And I was like, I remember taking that picture and being upset with it. And I see it now, and I was like, sister, like, go love yourself. So I did competition. That was 2017. I still had not picked up a personal development book. I, of course, did what my coach told me to and like brought it with me, and I would open it up and like skim it a little bit, and I would take a picture of a quote, and I would be happy and post selfies and like put a little quote next to it, but I wasn't actually applying it to my life. And what I found whenever I did competition and then post-competition, my nutritionist told me, like, you are going to have a crash. And I am a Ruby personality.
If you guys do not like teach your coaches based upon their gemstone, sister, like, I mean, this is supposed to be Instagram training, but I'm going to give you a little bit all in one. Is that me? Oh, okay. So like for me, I have a Ruby personality. Like, don't you tell me I can't do something, and also don't tell me what to do. I am also a Pearl, so I just like want to help people. I want to love on them. So that is like two total opposites, but that's who I am. And what I found was I was finding myself literally like being my own worst enemy. I was like preaching to the choir, and then I was loving on people. I mean, it was like, and then I would hate on myself. When I started picking up actual books that applied to me, so I listened to You Are a Badass like multiple times. And honestly, I was just giving the big middle finger to Jen Sincero. I'm like, you actually don't know what you're talking about. Like, I could write this book. I was just like, whatever, you don't know. And then I read Girl Wash Your Face. And I will say, like, you know how new that book is. It's 1 year ago. That's when my actual business changed. So during all of this, I was posting, but I had no idea what I was posting. I was just sharing for the accolades. Like, I was sharing because I know this picture's getting a lot of likes. I know people want to see this. I wasn't actually posting with intention. I was just posting for gravitation. Like, I want people to want to love on me. I want this. I want that. I mean, I dyed my hair pink, and then it was like, it was on a whim. Now I love it. Like, I've tried to get rid of it twice, and I'm like, girl, put that shit back in your hair. Like, you're supposed to have pink hair. And it was because I quit worrying about if other people were going to like it. Like, yeah, I have people who like my pink hair, but I tell you right now, like, when I walk into Burger King, I have people, old women most of the time, like, I would never wear my hair like that. And I'm like, well, good, because you don't need to. You need to love yourself. You need to quit trying to be everybody else. So whenever I was going through this and like actually applying personal development to my life and not just my business, that's when my life literally changed. I stopped like getting on this soapbox of like, what do people want to hear instead of what do people need to hear? What did I need to hear to make this happen? Did I want someone to tell me this is going to be easy and I was going to have food freedom and eat whatever I want? Sure. But if we've ever been on that YOLO balance train, you know damn good and well, you can't eat whatever you want and be happy about it. Like, because your body is going to have a negative reaction to it. Your mind is going to have a negative reaction to it. So actually practicing what we preach has been the biggest game changer for me. So when I did competition, like around that time, and then I was finding myself still feeling negative, and then when I read Girl Wash Your Face, it was like, you're actually being the person you're telling everybody not to be. And then I quit listening to what everybody was telling me to do on my social media. So everybody was telling me, like, get on Facebook and post, 3 to 5 times a day. Make sure you're doing this. Make sure you're making those posts that have a lot of engagement. You guys, that shit is for the birds. If you don't actually want to know what camera you need to buy for Christmas, don't you dare get on there and ask for it. Because the first thing you're doing is putting a big red sign that says, I actually don't care what you have to say. I just want to let us comments on here. It literally pisses me off when I see people do that. I want to comment and say, what did you already decide? Because I know you just want the comments. Like, and here's the thing. If I am thinking it, think of how many other people are thinking it. So when I started running my Instagram as a business, I remember calling my coach hands down, and I was like, listen, I know Facebook's working for you, all this stuff. It is not my jam. Like, Facebook doesn't give two shits about me. Facebook is judging me. And no one was literally coming to me and saying it, but I was having like my family have comments being made. And I'm like, if my family's making comments, then strangers on the internet have got to have a lot of other things to say. So I got to Instagram, and I was like, you know what? Instagram is literally Pinterest for everybody. Because what you do on Pinterest, you're like, how do I want to decorate my house? How do I want to cut my hair? What kind of outfit do I want to wear? Guess what? You get to be that influencer right now. You don't have to build a big following. You get to be whatever it is that you're looking for right now. So when I'm making a post every single day, I am literally thinking still to this day, what do I need to see? Not what do I want to see, not what's going to get me a lot of likes. What do I need to see? Now, I throw in there, of course, like something fun, something cute, whatever. Like, I do have an algorithm to like my posting. I plan my posts for sure. I don't plan them in weeks in advance. I plan it for the day. Like as the day goes on in my mind, I know what I'm going to post, like hands down. There are things that happen, like today's news with the Team Cup. Like, did I know I was going to make a post? No, but like I knew that like I was going to post about the business, because how many other people had to face daylight savings time on a Monday? Not very many of them were doing it standing in their kitchen in their underwear drinking a cup of coffee. But I was, and I will be damned if I'm going to be quiet about the blessings in my life because other people see them as burdens. I am a blessing, and I will be damned if I'm going to stop acting like it. So I threw my give a damn out the window. Like, that's for sure. I post with intention, and I post a lot of you guys, I mean, quite a few of you that I like knew from NLC. I see your pages, like you post with intention, you post with good, clear pictures, and you have a good mood. Like, it doesn't matter if your mood looks like my mood. Like, I feel like a lot of Instagram is like that muted, really soft, and it's so pretty. Like, girl, I love it. But you put that on my hair is orange, and that shit's ugly. So I am bright and vibrant, and that's what people love about me, because it's me. So when you find yourself like, well, she really has these really cute posts. She posts like this. She posts with her step. This is how she posts her shake. When you fall into the freaking trap of comparing what your life looks like compared to somebody else, is when you stop being a freaking inspiration and you start being a cookie cutter coach. And I hate to say it like that, but if your posts look like everybody else's, what makes them want to come to you? So with my intentions of my posting, it also goes with my story. I was saying that, like, I don't plan my posts. I plan them like for the day, but like I go with my stories. I want my people to feel like they already know. Like, I want them to want to celebrate me. Like, I purposely was on my stories today with the Team Cup situation, like the Team Cup announcement. I wanted that reaction. I want to have them there firsthand, because people who are watching my story are the people who actually care about me, or they're creepers. Either one, like, at least they're there first. So I purposely like brought them on the journey in my stories, and then I celebrated on my page. That's how I do everything. So think about it like this. Like, if you're talking about workouts, like if fitness is one of your buckets, because I'm sure, or I hope, all of you guys know about buckets. If you don't, like, I can totally give you a quick intro to that. But like, fitness is one of my buckets, even though I don't really love it, but it's what's given me this life, so I won't be quiet about it. I talk about my workouts, and then I'll post a selfie, versus like, 5 a.m. posting a selfie because my workout's done. Like, who is actually looking at their Instagram at 5 a.m. in the morning thinking I should go work out? Coaches. They're coaches. I don't need to attract more coaches. I need to attract the mom who's sitting at work at 9 a.m. who hasn't worked out. That's who I need to attract. I don't need to attract other coaches who are up at 4 a.m. and 5 a.m. and then feeling guilty because I don't get up early and work out. I was falling into that pit, and I know if I was, other people were too. We feel the need to do what everybody else is doing to get there first. But I'm going to ask you, if you're running the same race as someone else, who's actually winning? Why don't you run your own race? Like, why don't you do your own thing? So in my stories, I always say, like, that's my hot mess. Like, that is legit a hot mess, real and raw, in the moment, in the story. Like, I bring them on my journey as I'm going. And then with my actual Instagram, it's like my magazine cover. Like, I am very picky and very particular about my pictures. That's because you get 9 seconds for people to like your stuff. If your picture looks like crap, do you think they're going to read your caption? Sad and cold hard truth, but the answer is no. Like, you have to have a pretty picture. You have to have something that you're actually like bringing them content and bringing them value. Because what it really comes down to is, like, you're a micro influencer. You have to have something that they're loving. Like, I don't actually benefit from talking about my devotional. I don't make any money off of this, but someone else needs to hear this. And once I'm giving them something that they can love on, I take a picture of my devotional every single day. I'm pretty sure that's probably illegal. Like, I don't know, but probably. I do it every single day, but I also get a question every single day asking me what devotional I'm reading. So then I'll peep it in, like, my Instagram page, and like, I do flat lays. I purposely make pretty pictures because I want them to stay with me. And then once I've noticed that they've liked a couple pictures or like they have gone on to my story multiple times, like I go on rants, I will say something. As you can see here, I don't stop talking. Let's say the slide is like 6 slides long. I will wait to get to that 6th slide. And when I look and that they have all stayed on there, I am messaging every single one of them. And it's super, super simple. I am not going to change their life in a message. So I need you to realize that when you're messaging people. I literally send them a message like, sister, I see you on my stories. I don't know if you happen to catch through that hot mess, but I have a new boot camp starting on Tuesday. I want you in it with me. Why don't you say yes? That's seriously what my invite process looks like. I hit SC 20 to 40 every single month. And I guarantee, like I always go to my coaches. As soon as I hit 10, I start giving myself to them. Once I hit 10, because that's the absolute most you have to. After you hit 10, anything else is just the bread and the butter. Like you don't get any more accolades for hire except for Success Club points for like trip dollars. But I want my coaches being successful. So when I say I'm giving like myself back to them, I'm literally, once I hit to 10, and then I'm like, I have a group chat with my coaches in pods. I have a group chat of my actual workers because we all know who those are. Then I have a group chat of my halfway workers. And then I have a group chat of people who just show up. And the people who are actual workers, I'm like, okay, what's going on? What's your goals this week? What do I need to do? And it's simple. And then we feed off of each other. We're just like, okay, I need to sign 3 girls this week. And it's accountability. It's just like your fitness. This business has to be like your fitness. I'm totally rambling, but I'm so passionate about all the things that I do, like how my Instagram ties to my business instead of just bringing on new coaches. I was going to talk about the follow-up process. So is that okay with you, Renee? Okay. So once I've sent all these messages, like I probably send out, I will be very honest, I actually send out messages about every 3rd day. And that's because I spend those other 2 days doing follow-ups. I don't need to send out 500 messages a day. If I do, I'm in overwhelmed city, and I'm in nobody's best interest if I constantly feel overwhelmed and like I'm choking. So I will spend, like today, I sent out a shit ton of messages. Like I probably sent 400 messages today. They're all copy and paste. I need you all to realize that before you're like, oh my God, I can't send 400 messages. Don't you tell me you can't send 400 messages copy and paste, because I know you can. It takes 2 seconds. And on your Instagram, when you're on the actual thing itself, when you're looking at like who's looking at your shit. So, I mean, it's here, and I know you probably can't see it. There's a little arrow right there. And I literally can just send her a message and like push it, copy, paste. And I like go down that message. I don't care if I just talked to this person 2 days ago. They will realize what I'm doing. I am being intentional. So if I send a message to this girl 2 days ago, there are times where I'm like, I know we talked before, but, and then I'll send it again. You guys, it takes 7 times of you messaging people for them to actually want to do the shit with you. So giving up because someone told you no one time, like take it in consideration. Like they're like, maybe I can't do it this month. Then like follow up with them and like, sister, like I'm loving this challenge group. I can't wait for you to do it with me next month. It's taking the time to actually get to know your people, but also like blanket marketing out there. So I sent all that stuff. I am not following up with those people today. I am not going to overwhelm myself. If someone messages me and they're like, yeah, sign me up, obviously I'm helping them. But once they show interest, once they reply, because I will send 400, I will get like 25 back. I need you to realize that. And that's not all yeses. It's 25 more than a ghost. Once they sent anything back, I instantly put the little flag at the top. This is how I know who to follow up with. Because if you are like me, you try and do 50 things at one time. And then you don't go back to that person who said they're going to sign up on Friday 2 months ago. And you're like, shit, I never followed up with her. And then you see her posting, because guess what? That 7 times that they're needing to be reminded about something, I didn't say 7 times by you. You don't know how many times someone else has talked to them. You don't know how many times you're going to be the 6th time they've heard it and the next person messages them and they're the 7th. So if this is what you want, if you want to rank advance, if you want to build a business, like you have to make sure you're the one messaging the people. So having that flag option makes it to where you can go back. It's super simple. You literally just go to your messages, if you guys, I don't know if you know this or not, but you just go to your messages, and at the very, very top, like I know it's hard to see, there's a gray bar and there's 3 lines with little dots in them. You click on it and you literally clicked on flags. And these are all the people that I need to follow up with. It's so simple. Only for business profiles. I've had a business profile for so long. If you don't have a business profile, I would really be interested to hear what your excuse is, because I will tell you it's an excuse, not a reason. I love you so much, but there was no reason for you to not have a business profile. Like, if you're on this call, you want to run your business as a business. The last time I checked, it's like Team Beachbody Business, not Team Beachbody Personal. So get your shit to business like right now. Because on top of that, once you have the flag area where you have people that you can follow up with, I'm not going to write shit down. Maybe you're an emerald, and that's another gemstone that likes to like. Lindsay's an emerald. I watched her. She's an emerald sapphire because she likes to have fun. She likes to make little notes. She likes to put little tape pieces on there. I was like, that is cute as shit, and I would lose every single bit of it at NLC. I saw her writing all the notes down. They are the absolute best. She's not organized. She's not organized. She looks so organized. Lindsay, you're a great organizer looker. Oh, I was like, oh my God, she was great to me. So you want to keep those emeralds close as possible, because they will keep your shit in line. And I am like not an emerald. I am everything but emerald. But anyway, when it comes to like being organized, if you don't have your shit together, it's going to fall through the cracks. And when that crack gets bigger and bigger and bigger, you're going to lose your shit. So once you followed up with these people, all of this stuff, you're wanting to see what stuff is attracting these people, right? So that's what you're doing for your messages. That's how I do my flag stuff. That's literally how I do my follow-ups. My success numbers, I will say, over half, I would probably say 70% are new people. 30% are follow-ups. So I won't tell you that follow-ups is the only way you can get Success Club. Follow-ups is how you finalize Success Club. Follow-ups are how you get more Success Club. Creating the new information, messaging new people, that's where you're going to get your numbers, and I'm not going to lie to you. So that's how you do your follow-ups. And then it's going to come down to, what am I actually doing? Like, what brand am I creating? Who am I attracting? I go to my business, like to my page. It's a business profile. Once again, at the very top, it shows you like how many people have visited your profile. So I'm gonna click on that, and this will bring me to my analytics. I use my analytics like no one's business. Like if I make this heartfelt post, I make all of my posts on Planoly. It's an app where I get to put my picture in there, put my caption in there, and then I can decide what time I'm going to post it. And then it will show me in real time what it's going to look like, so I'm not second guessing. Because like I said, I want my stuff to be really pretty. I know my next thing I have to post is a text graphic. I know that because my Planoly tells me. So on this, like when you go back to your, like I like to consider this the back office of Instagram, it will show me like my highest day is actually Monday. Do you know why? Because I celebrate the shit out of the fact that my ass is not sitting in an office. Like every single Monday I am like, woo-hoo, free bird. You know how people really, really want to not be sitting in their office? So I go in here, I know Monday's my highest one, and then I'll go down and I go over to where it says content. And if you guys already know this, like, I guess this is a refresher course if you already know it. Content, this is going to tell me, like, what do my people want to see? Like, who is really wanting, like, who's viewing my stuff? So it's super simple. People want to see you in a dressing room, at least my people. If I take a mirror picture of, like, my outfit or a side-by-side, anything, a mirror selfie is my highest one always, always is. And then my next one is always talking about my body very vulnerably. Both times, my top 2 posts are talking about my body. And then my husband, God love him and Instagram love him, always gets the top numbers. If I share anything about my husband or my marriage, they're like, hey. So I love you, Stephanie. And then the other thing, honestly, is celebrating me. So like on my top post is just celebrating me. And it's like, it can either be about my business, my weight loss, but like just a picture of myself celebrating me. Those are my top things that I always go to. And it will show you like the overall, what you have on your feed right now, what the top posts are. And then if you click on see all, it'll tell you your everything you've ever posted. This is why having a business profile is amazing, because you want to rinse, wash, and repeat. Love you. Like 10. I'll be up there in a minute.
Because
I'm on this call and it's recorded. Okay. So this will show me like literally everything. I don't need you sitting here for 20 minutes trying to come up with new content. You guys, I reuse my words a lot. So if I'm like, I don't know, I was trying to think of an example. I just did it the other day. Face-to-face Friday, I just go to a couple of different face-to-face Friday and I'll repeat it and I'll change something if I need to. Or like before and after, or like my skin is another really big one. Like people really like to know that I have loose skin. It's literally my top 2 posts. And just, I will reuse the content. If there are people who love you, like I used to be afraid to repeat content because I'm like, they've already read it. If they love you, they're going to love it anyway. And guess what? Don't be afraid to tell your story because there's new eyes on you all the time, or at least there should be. So that's how I use this content here, like that. And then also when I click on audience, I know what times I'm supposed to post. Like for me, 9 o'clock is a low time. Like my highest time is 3 and 6 p.m. 3 o'clock usually because I'm celebrating the fact that I was at home all day by myself and didn't have any children with me. People love it. So this is great. And then you can know like what days are high and what days are low. So I'm going to open it up for questions to see if you guys like anything you want me to cover more of. I could talk for hours. I literally live and breathe this business and I love it. No. So for linking my Facebook account, it's linked to my business. I have 2,000 people who watch my stories like consistently. I have 24 Facebook people. Like when I mean it, when I say like Facebook is not for me, I do the exact same thing. It copies everything over, but I don't have the draw on Facebook. I know other people do, and if you do, more power to you, like girlfriend. If it works for you, run with it, but it doesn't work for me. Do we have any other questions?
I think a lot of questions that our newer coaches have is like about building your following and kind of how you go figure out who to unfollow or things like that, or keep track of people you're following. Or
so I personally have an app called, I think it's Unfollow is the name of it. And I run that about every 3 days, and like it just goes through, and anybody that I am following, I just unfollow, like I have it unfollow and it does it for me. And then to find new people, Amy Rada talked about it at NLC, and I'm sure you guys like regrouped it back to them. I was already doing that, but my numbers were not high. Mine was 331. So 3 likes, 3 comments, 1 follow. And now it's 5 likes, 3 comments, 1 follow. What I have found the best way of finding people, instead of going to a hashtag or a location, those ones bore me and they tire me because I'm actually spending more time searching for people to find than anything else. What I do, I go to my favorite account that is not Beachbody. So mine is like Sister Studio, and I can say that because she has 200 and some or 300 and some thousand followers. I'm not too worried if you're finding her people because that's a lot of fucking people. So I go to her page and I go to her posts that I love, and I will literally just go through the people who have liked the post that I like. I'm like, if they're liking this post, either they want a giveaway because she gives a giveaway every single month, or they actually like her stuff. I like her stuff. We could probably be friends. It is addicting. I have to set a timer not to tell me like, okay, you're done. It's a timer to tell me to stop. When you're having fun with this business, it doesn't feel like work. When I am getting to love on super cute freaking girls, I don't feel like I'm working. I love doing that. That's how I grow my followers. And it's like literally loving on them, doing those things. I have used an app called STIM Social, STIM Social, SOCIAL. I guess I could write that in the chat. I will be honest, it basically attracts nothing but coaches. And I'm like, I don't want that. So I stopped using it. My upline, Christina Solins is her name. She used it. She grew to like 15 or 18,000 followers, but the engagement isn't there. And I don't want that. I don't want 50,000 followers and 27 likes. Like, that's dumb. I want to actually help people. I want to actually change lives. So I think one of the biggest things is like, I don't want you to focus on how many followers you have necessarily, but how much your followers are you engaging with already. I don't know if you guys listen to Jenna Kutcher. She has a podcast called Goal Digger, GOAL, Goal Digger. And one of the things that she talks about that I love is talking about, like, you can have 20 people at your dinner table, but you're too busy outside ringing your dinner bell trying to get people to come to dinner while there's 20 people sitting inside waiting to eat. That's just like your followers. If you aren't loving on your followers, if you aren't engaging with them, if you aren't showing them love and appreciation, I don't care if it's 3 days ago that they loved on your post, like, show them love. Like, at least like it. At least comment something back if it's something that you can comment back to. Set time to love on your people who are taking the time to love on your page, because that's what's going to grow your business. When other people love you, they're going to refer you. They're going to be like, hey, girl, do this. Hey, girl, do that. And then also do call to action posts, like double tap if you agree, tag a girlfriend. I get really bad about forgetting about doing the call to action things because I get so like involved in what I'm posting. But when I do it, it's huge. It helps me so, so much. Anything else for anybody? Did you have anything else for me, Renee? Like, I could literally talk forever, but that's my downfall, is I talk forever.
No, I love it. So much amazing information. Stephanie said, does your business profile include your personal family?
Every single bit of it. I don't separate it at all. Because here's the way I look at it. Like, I need real moms coming to me. And if I don't post about being a real mom, if I don't post about like real struggles, real situations, like, they're not going to know me, love me, trust me. They're going to look at me like a business, and I'm not a business. Beachbody's a business, right? Like, when you buy your challenge pack, you bought the same challenge pack I did. I just decided to do something with it. I decided to have something actual with this business. And my business is my life, and my family is my life. So I include everything. Like, it's just all one big thing. Let's see. Yeah, I like had an Instagram before this business, and like I've always loved social media in general. But I don't even remember when I switched it to business, but it wasn't even like, should I? Or I was like, okay, I'll do it. And I did it, and I never looked back. Like, it's no different. You just get more tools to actually work your business with it.
Do you have any tips for getting more eyes on your stories, or like different types of things to make sure to include in your stories, or how to kind of switch it up, or kind of the to-dos and not to-dos?
So a lot of people say, like, don't talk a lot, but I obviously don't follow that rule. That's total of personal preference, but I think you have to talk in general. Like, you have to get on there. They have to know the sound of your voice. Like, the sound, people like recognize sound and smell are two very strong senses. So if they can't hear your voice, how are they going to really know you, right? So you need to be in there talking is one thing. Like, if you're wanting more action on your stories, this is kind of a double-edged sword. I do like hidden locations. So I will put a location and like, I'm sure a lot of people know this, but you like put the location, you hold your finger on it, and then you like slide your finger like this. The other one, it slides it across your screen. You can't see it, but then your story will show up. So like I do things like big cities that are by me. So like St. Louis, Chicago, Nashville, those things, I will do those and like hide it. That way, that story is including me. But I pick like a location, use it for like a week, because I don't need them to see me one time. And more than likely, once again, they have to see you 7 times before they like know that they want to be your friend or see what you're doing. So I'll pick like, okay, I'm doing Nashville this week. Okay, I'm doing Chicago this week. And you will slowly but surely see like Chicago viewers is 45, let's say. And then like, but then you notice the number is like maybe 43, and then your number's going up. So on the Chicago story, you're not going to necessarily see who's watching your stuff, but if you give them good shit to watch, they're going to click on your actual page and actually look at your story and actually follow you. So I do locations is great, and then hashtags. I don't use shit that like is oversaturated. Like I don't do fitness inspiration. I don't do motivational Monday. Like no offense, you're not going to, you can have bright pink hair and half your head shaved and you're not going to stand out on motivational Monday. But if I do fit size to plus size, or plus size to fit size all the time. I love using that hashtag and I get a lot of interaction on it. Same thing, I will put it on there and then I hide it. Like I don't want to see those hashtags. I want to see your story. Your story is like your reality TV. So that's one of the other things. And then I will tag like big, so I do like Ed Milet, Gary V, Rachel Hollis, Dave Hollis. Like I will tag them in my stuff in the stories that are good, like not random stuff, because it's not going to automatically pop up on there. But if you don't, they're not going to see your stuff anyway, and they're definitely not going to reshare. If you reshare, I mean, like if they reshare, you have a higher chance that someone's going to see your stuff. So have it be like good content that you're giving them if you're tagging them, if that makes sense. I am pretty, like not habitual, but like my people know that like I'm going to get up in the morning and I'm going to talk to them. Like I will do workout clips. Sometimes I'm not religious about it. If I want to do it, I will. If I don't, I don't really care. But I always come at them with inspiration. And I don't like, if I don't have it that day, I surely can be like, girl, join me. Like it's a simple invite. You guys, I invite to this business, this opportunity every single day. It's not like once a week or once a month. Every single day, I give them the option to tell me yes. I put a poll at the end of my stories of like, a lot of the times I call people out, and that's just my personality. Like I'm a zero bullshit, tough love kind of person. Like I will love on you like crazy, but I'm going to call your bluff too. And I tell them like, you tell me you don't have time. You tell me you don't have the money. Like, but sister, I see you drinking Starbucks every day. I see you at Target every single weekend. Don't tell me you don't have time, because I did this. I built this business working full time with a toddler. Like you can do this. So I will give them the spiel. And then at the end, I'm like, are you ready to quit quitting on yourself? Like, are you going to quit making excuses? And I'll put a little poll and it says yes or no. I always message, 1, everybody on the poll, but 2, everybody who watches that story. If they did not answer, I don't care. I will message them and I'll be like, hey sister, I see you on my stories. I don't know if you saw, but I invited you, like do this with me. Simple, like keep it simple, sister. Like that is my motto to my coaches, hands down. Quit trying to save their life. Just give them the opportunity to tell you yes. If you're not asking them, they're not going to say yes.
Awesome. I have a quick question about Planoly. You said you plan out your posts for at least the day. Do you do that all through Planoly, like the times that you're going to post it, the actual like verbiage and everything like that? And then if, like you said, if you have something that just comes to you like in the moment, like today with being, you know, number 2, Team Cup, like you just kind of add it on there, or do you do that through Planoly too?
I do that through Planoly too. I will put it in there like purposely and then schedule a time, even if it's like 20 minutes out, just so I can see what it looks like on my actual feed. And if I need to replace pictures, I will. Today, I knew I wanted to do a Monday motivation. And my Monday motivation was like, and it came from a podcast that I listened to. It's not even like I had my whole day planned out yesterday. That would stress me the fuck out. I don't want to do that. But I listened to a podcast, and it was literally talking about, like, you can either live your life right now or you can wait until you're ready. And it's like, holy shit, how many people are doing that? So that's what I talked about on my thing. Like, but I knew I wanted a Monday motivation, meaning like, I am my motivation. I'm not going back to a desk job. Like, I will make this work because I like being free way too much. So I knew I was going to do that. And then I planned on doing a food picture because I don't necessarily like to do selfie. Like, I mean, I'm cute and all, but I don't want my feed being like just my face all the time. So I planned on doing a food picture, inviting to a nutritional based challenge group. Well, then I found out we're number 2. I was like, fuck that noise. UPS can wait till tomorrow. So I switched out the picture, and then I have one this evening that's talking about hustling because I may have not been at an office today, but I did 0 laundry. I didn't do any dishes. I didn't sweep my floor. I didn't do the counters because I hustled my ass off all day long. Because guess what? I don't punch a time clock. I don't get to clock in and clock out. I get to do whatever I want to because this is my business. So that's what I have posted, like I have scheduled for tonight. And then tomorrow, obviously now, I'm going to do the UPS. Like, I'm going to show them probably a chicken salad because everybody's problem is nutrition. I don't struggle with nutrition, and that's because I have a hot-cold mentality. Like, just do it. I don't give it up. I don't care. It doesn't bother me. Like, Lent never bothered me. Just say I'm not going to have it anymore. I'm going to quit. Other people don't have that option. So it's an invite of like, do you struggle with nutrition? Do you struggle with how to eat? And I'm going to just share a healthy recipe. I'm going to share how I made it. And I'm going to share how my workout routine comes with the nutrition plan that has given me my results over these last 3 years. Super simple. And everybody wants a cute recipe. So did that help you at all, Renee? Like how I kind of like plan it out?
Yes, for sure. That's something I constantly work on is my organization and trying to plan things out. And I've gotten better, but definitely need to improve. So I love that.
I will never have my shit together, and I will just continually try to be halfway. Like if I can do halfway, I'm happy.
Right? Just try to keep getting better each day. Awesome. Does anybody else have any questions or anything that you want to pick Kyra's brain on? No?
No.
All right. Well, thank you so much. That was amazing. And I just love you. And we get to see you on the cruise, right?
Yes. Woo! And I mean, you're going to be at leadership, right?
Duh.
Good.
Heck yeah. Working on it. For sure.
Okay. Thank you guys.
Over there. Thank you so much for hopping on and giving us all your info, girl. And
absolutely. Thank you so much.
So awesome.
Have a good night, guys.
Have a good night.